favorite baseline exercise that we teach all of our horses. And pretty much as soon as my young horses can canter safely around the ring, they can canter on a circle, I can teach them this exercise. So I generally put my horse on like a 15 to 18 meter circle. And the reason I'm being so specific is that I don't want a 20 meter circle. I don't want the person using the walls to turn their horse. Because of course early on it's really important that the horse respects the outside aids and that the person notices if that horse is veering right or left, right? So that if you put that horse on the track of a circle, I know nobody rides a perfect circle, but you shouldn't be pinging wall to wall. The horse should stay in the channel of the aids. If you're telling it to stay 8 feet off the walls, it should stay 8 feet off the walls. Okay, so I asked my horse to strike off in the canter. This can be, we can just say it's from trot, it's a green horse. So the first half of my circle is just a normal canter, right? I'm just saying, good boy, here we go, we're swinging the hips, we're together. Second half-ish of the circle is that I start to swing my hips harder and I probably squeeze a bit with my leg to tell that horse to go forward. And I'm using the timing that we discussed of the moment when the hind legs are coming under, the stifle is coming in front of the hip to bring the hind legs under. And I can tell when the horse answers me because I'll feel the stride lengthen and the horse will get lighter in the hand. That's really when you know that it's correct. So what we're doing there is we're teaching engagement, which is that the hind legs are coming further under the horse's body. So then the legs are further into the horse's body. I can bring that horse back to trot, or I can start to teach it how to come to walk. But so then I'm also introducing the concepts of deceleration with the hind legs. Which is loading, and that leads to a shift of balance. So it sounds very, very simple, and in the beginning it's best described as like a small lengthening on the circle, but I'm doing it with my seat and a little bit of leg. I'm not lengthening the front of the horse's frame, I'm asking it to come from behind. So the horse is a quadruped, and in mechanics, if you decelerate a quadruped like a car, the mass falls to the front. So you got 4 wheels on the car, hit the brake, you feel yourself come against the seat belt, right? You may have even felt this in your own horse when you make a downward transition and the horse lands in the reins, right? Okay, I think we've all felt that. So that inertia is carrying us forward. Horses are special because they are a quadruped, but we can teach them to decelerate with the hind legs. We can teach them to make a transition from here and land lightly, not pulling on the reins. So if you have made a transition and the horse did not pull on the reins, you probably decelerated your quadruped with the hind legs and the mass did not fall to the front. So a strong seat at the right time in canter that brings the hind legs under can teach the horse to be lighter in the hand. And like I said, that's one of the green flags about the exercise of engaging the canter on the circle, is if the horse becomes lighter in the hand as you add power. You're thinking, oh, okay, the mass is coming up. When we first swing the seat and ask the horse to engage more, sometimes the horse doesn't know and it leans down, right? It thinks, oh, I'm going to do this with my front legs and with my neck because that's natural, right? So you just, gently block them with the front and maybe you swing your seat a little harder. Maybe you just come down to the trot and then you try again. This takes a few days of practice, or for some horses, many months of practice. We just don't know. They're individuals and they learn just like people. So they're quick at some things, they're not so quick at the other things. But basically, you're just trying to show them over and over that when you activate the seat, you want them to activate the hind legs, not the front legs. And that's really another place where position is so important. Because let's say that I'm swinging my seat and I give the reins. What's that horse going to do? He's going to lengthen the frame with the front of his body. So when I'm swinging the seat for my horse, I'm not pulling at the same time, but I'm just not giving. I'm just blocking. Right? So if the horse comes into my hand, I'm not worried. I don't pull hard on the horse, but neither do I give. And then I just repeat the exercise. But ideally, I swing my seat and the horse, I ride the withers up and the hind end under, and the horse gets lighter. And that's when you feel that wonderful softening in the hand, and that's how you know you've created, you're getting at the hind legs and you created an actual shift of balance back toward the hind legs. So another way to think about this is that on my first level horse, I'm introducing second level concepts. Very, very early, but just the seeds of them. So I'm teaching it to engage the hind legs and decelerate with the hind legs, which is the walk, canter, walk, which is second level. And I'm laying the foundation of third level work because someday I'll need to engage the hind legs more before flying change. So that's where the trainer is just thinking ahead. They're just putting these little pieces in there. They're teaching the horse these skills that are going to come into play later. Okay. And again, I do this on a 15 or 18 meter circle, not 20 meter circle, so the horse is respectful of the outside rein. The respect and obedience to the guiding outside rein and leg is also a distant cousin to the working pirouette work in the future. So that's another place where you're just planting this little seed. You're just laying a skill in there. So a few years ago, I read this wonderful article. I think it was in Dressage Today, and I really wish I would have kept it. But it was by someone, I think it was Sue Blinks, or an older Olympian who had gone to Germany to train. And she said that she went to this famous trainer, and she spent 6 months cantering her horse on a circle. 6 months, trying to get her hips with the horse and teaching the horse to follow her hips. And she said it was the most valuable 6 months she'd ever spent. Wow. And I thought, that is amazing. And that is 100%, not that I think all of you need to go out and just spend 6 months on a circle. But I thought, yes, that is real skill building. And kudos to her for staying focused. I'm sure also she had a coach who was like, you're not getting off that circle, the German coach, until you can get that horse to follow your hips. But anyway, I love that story.
Maybe you're like 2 years.
Fine, it's not a race. It's not a race. It's not a race.